Tonight on NewsCenter, we sit down with athlete Miranda Crockett. We rock on with MSU's Rock Ensemble. And we talk diversity here at MSU. We get a taste of the chili cook-off at the BCN. All this and more tonight on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Greg Taylor.
And I'm Josh Bryant.
Here's what's making headlines for February 28, 2019.
Monday evening, the Rowan County Public Library hosted the first of 3 MSU Rock Ensemble concerts. NewsCenter's Olivia Leet was there.
From guitar playing to singing, the MSU Rock Ensemble Unplugged had it all. Directors of the event, Glenn and Lisa Ginn, share exactly what Unplugged is.
This event is the first event that I organized to have the students have an opportunity to perform. For the last 3 years, we've been putting a major concert together each semester. We started with Southern Rock. Each semester has a theme.
Though Unplugged was the first event at the Rowan County Public Library, Glenn and Lisa usually put on big concerts.
The last several semesters we've been putting on big concerts, and we hold them at the conference center in downtown Moorhead. This semester, though, the Commercial Music Rock Ensemble is working on a CD recording of all original music that the students have recorded. So since we're only human, we can only do so much. We decided instead of doing the big concert this semester, we would do a couple of small unplugged shows, and the library was very happy to host us for those.
The Gins express how happy they are with the outcome of this event and what a great opportunity for students to get involved in Unplugged is.
And we're gearing up for next fall. Our theme is a tribute to Woodstock.
Because next August will mark the 50th anniversary of the famous Woodstock Festival.
For NewsCenter, I'm Olivia Leet.
Governor Matt Bevin declared a state of emergency across Kentucky on Monday due to the extreme amounts of rainfall and excessive flooding across the state over the weekend. Federal Emergency Management Agency officials were already assessing flood damage across 21 eastern Kentucky counties. And as floods continued, FEMA remained in Kentucky to help communities that have been affected. According to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, as of Tuesday, approximately 2,400 people in southeastern Kentucky were still out of power. According to McConnell, he and his staff are ready to work with emergency management officials and will continue to monitor this situation closely.
16-year-old Amber Lewis has been missing from her home since February 22nd. The teen was last seen at her father's home in Bath County by her brother. Lewis told her brother on Friday that she was being picked up by her mother and left the residence in an unknown vehicle. Her mother, Mary Lewis, believes that her daughter is being held against her will without any contact to her family. Amber is a white female, 5 foot 6 inches tall, weighing 172 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information on her whereabouts, please contact the Bath County Sheriff at 606-674-2006 or the Kentucky State Police at 606-784-4127.
Every year, the Council of Post-Secondary Education of Kentucky sets diversity metrics for all schools in the state. In 2016, the Council set a 5-year plan for MSU. The 2017 to 2018 OIRA statistics show that we are meeting several of those diversity goals. NewsCenter met with them and student groups to get the full story on how MSU is working to build and maintain both ethnic diversity and diversity on thoughts on its campus.
Moorhead State has set up what they call the Eagle Diversity and Inclusion Team, which is broken down into several subcommittees that focus on their goals of finding ways to increase diversity of ethnicity and thought on campus, by their main goals being opportunity, success, and impact. These subcommittees find ways to achieve these goals and then report back to the main edit team.
That team is looking specifically at strategy approved by the Council on Post-Secondary Education. We are open to suggestions. As I mentioned before, we have student membership from a variety of organizations, SGA, Black Student Union, Women's Virtue, and so I would encourage students, if they have ideas that they would like to come before the edit group, that they reach out to their student representatives who are on edit to share that information with us, or they could email me.
Actually, in the past 3 years I was on SGA, we only had one African American that was on Congress, and that's in 3 years. That's frankly despicable. Of course, as the representative body, student government wants to embody the representation of what our student body looks like. This year we have 3 African Americans on our Congress, so that kind of proportions out to about a 9.1% metric. So 9.1% of the representative body is African American, which is about in alignment for what our student body is. In addition to that, we have an Asian American. We also have somebody Filipino descent, so we have a Filipino American, and then I created an international student representative. We're racially diverse, we're culturally diverse, we are intellectually diverse. To represent that is truly important, and so we've taken that upon both at a university level and at a student government level.
So where Women's Virtue is iDiverse and a women's empowerment group, the whole point of the subcommittee is to get more diverse students involved in other organizations besides the little cliques that they hang out with. Really, we're just trying to get our name out there and to really become as diverse as we say that we hope to be. We've been trying to reach out to international students and some of the members from the Latino Student Union and other sorority members, and we've gotten people interested in our events, but we haven't necessarily gotten those members in our organization. So you can get involved by going to a meeting, attending any of our general body meetings or events. We have 2 general body meetings a month, the first and third Wednesday, and we do lots of events throughout every month.
If you have suggestions or would like to get involved, contact your student representatives.
Now let's check in with Olivia Lee for a preview at this week's weather. Olivia, how's the weather?
You know, yesterday it was beautiful outside, sun was shining, and then today it's just a little bit colder outside today if you haven't been out there. And you know, as the rest of the week goes on, it's going to get a lot cooler outside, even chances of some snow. So be prepared for snow this week. It's going to be so exciting. But
yeah, I'm ready to put the coats in the closet and leave them there.
Yes, leave them there.
Thanks, Olivia. When we come back, we have an interview with Black Student Union President Morgan Yaboro.
Are you interested in becoming a service dog sitter or handler? 4 Paws for Ability at MSU allows members to get involved with the Service Dog Association. During your membership, you could help future service dogs get used to a public setting and get accustomed to staying on the clock in a home environment. For more information, follow MSU 4 Paws or email msusda@outlook.com.
Welcome back. I'm here with President of Black Student Union, Morgan Yarborough. Morgan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. So if you could tell us what BSU is.
BSU stands for Black Student Union here on campus. We're a diverse, multicultural organizations that focus on social problems, diversity, and culture.
Oh, that's awesome. What are some of the goals of the organization?
Our goals is to get like our numbers bigger and to get Black Student Union out there as like a big organization. So we're just working on to reach out to students and all diverse students.
Awesome. What are some of the events that you guys put on?
We have events every first and third Monday, actually here in Breckenridge Hall, room 309. And we do like hot topics to like where we discuss like current events that's going on, and then we have fun events too. So.
Like what?
We had a Black History scavenger hunt. So we did it in Breckenridge where students had to go all throughout Breckenridge and get answers and stuff. And then we did something cool like a paint and sip. So like we just painted, drunk non-alcohol beverages.
Nice. Well, if somebody wants to get involved or contact you, how could they do that?
We actually have an IG, and it's BSU at Moorhead. So if they wanted to find us, or some of our people on our e-board be in the Eagle Diversity Center, so they could reach out to them to
EDUC, right?
Yeah, EDUC.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much. We'll be right back with your weather update.
Natasha Davis, the Associate Professor of Dance here at Moorhead State University. Under the Dance Minor program, you will learn a variety of genres of dance, including tap, ballet, modern, jazz, hip-hop, African, dance composition, dance improvisation, dance history, intro to dance, and Pilates. If you are interested, you can become a member of our National Dance Honors Fraternity, Delta Chi Xi. This fraternity offers students the opportunity to spread dance not only on our campus, but throughout the community. If you're interested in any of our classes, please come and contact me, Professor Natasha Davis. And never miss a chance to dance.
Taking place at the Claypool Young Art Building, Moorhead State University's Department of Art and Design is home to a number of programs and classes. You can take courses in painting, drawing, graphic design, history, photography, and more. You can even obtain a degree in art education or a Bachelor of Fine Arts. To find out more about the Department of Art and Design, you can call 606-783-2766 or email arde@moorheadstate.edu.
Good afternoon, Moorhead. I'm Olivia Leet, and this is your weather. So currently in Moorhead, the temperature is 39 degrees, a little cooler than what we were used to yesterday. It is cloudy out there, so the sun's not shining anymore, unfortunately. The humidity is around 70% with winds up to 6 miles per hour. As we see here, we have our temperature map. And in Moorhead is 39 degrees, Ashland it's 40, Frankfort 37, Lexington it's 36 degrees. So as you can see throughout Kentucky, it is pretty chilly out there. We will not be seeing a lot of the sun though this week, unfortunately. I'll get a little bit more into that later. But for tonight, it's going to be cloudy. You're probably not going to see a lot of the moon tonight. The low is around 32 degrees. 0% precipitation, which that's good. The sunset is going to be around 6:30 p.m. For tomorrow, it's going to be cloudy. a high of 42 degrees, and at 7:11 in the morning, your sun will rise. Unfortunately, the sun's not going to be here, so let's get into that. For your 7-day forecast, tomorrow it's going to be a high of 50. There is a 20% chance of rain tomorrow. With Saturday and Sunday, chances are of storms are really high, so be prepared for all that. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's going to get really cold out there, so be prepared. Chances of snow, it's not going to be great, but we can do it. Thank you, and this has been your weather update, and now we're on to sports with Isaac.
Thanks, Olivia. Well, Moorhead Baseball had a very successful 3-game series against Oakland this past weekend at home. The Eagles kicked off the weekend on Friday by posting 2 blowout wins. Dalton Stambaugh received the first win by posting 6 strikeouts with a 2.4 ERA. Second baseman Ryan Lane went 3 for 5 at the plate with 5 RBIs. The next game saw Moorhead win 11-0, with the win going to Jason Go. The last game wasn't until Sunday afternoon, in which the Eagles had stiffer competition. Jake Ziegelmeyer received the win after coming in to close the game. Ryan Lane again steadied the Eagles' bats by going 2 for 4 at the plate while driving in a crucial run. The Eagles would go on to win 4-3 while moving to a 6-1 record on the year. The baseball team returns to action this Saturday at home against New Jersey Tech. Moorhead softball traveled to Virginia on Monday to play in the Norfolk Spartan Classic. The Eagles took on Central Connecticut State, who rode a 4-run 4th inning to a 5-4 victory over the Eagles. The Eagles saw strong performances, though, from first baseman Cheyenne Meyer and shortstop Peyton Slater, both of whom had 2 hits and 1 RBI. The next game saw the Eagles take on Norfolk State, who controlled the game the entire time. The Eagles fell 8-3 despite strong performance from Peyton Rose, who added 2 RBIs. The loss dropped Moorhead to 0-11 on the season. However, the Eagles will look to get their first win on Wednesday, March 6th at home against Marshall. Moorhead basketball program was busy this past Saturday as both teams took the court against Ohio Valley Conference foes. The women's team took the court first, playing against Tennessee Tech. This was a huge matchup on the road for the Eagles, as Tennessee Tech ranks 2nd in the OVC, just 2 games ahead of Moorhead. Moorhead fought hard and wound up winning the game 73-70. The Eagles were led by sophomore Mackenzie Calvert, who scored a team-high 23 points to go along with 4 rebounds. Miranda Crockett also added 21 points. Miranda now sits as the 3rd all-time leading scorer in Moorhead State women's basketball history. NewsCenter sat down with Miranda Crockett to reflect on her journey towards this accomplishment. From the time she committed to Moorhead State, Miranda Crockett has been defying odds and exceeding expectations.
It's been a very good ride for a very special, hard-working girl. We recruited her from a travel team that she played on, and thought she'd be a good player, but I didn't realize she'd become a legend here. So yeah, it's been great.
When I got here, it felt like home. It felt like this is where I was meant to be. This is where God wanted me to be. So this is why I chose it. It's a blessing, really. It's really a blessing to. It's kind of hard to believe that I've even accomplished something like that. I know I've been here a long time, but it's still hard to think that, wow, I really accomplished that.
And though the accomplishments are there, Miranda would be the first to tell you it's all about team.
Some of the keys to success for me is just consistently trying to work hard and just be a good teammate.
One person who can attest to this.
It's really been a great experience playing with Miranda. She's a great teammate. Like playing with her, I know I can always count on her, whether it's conditioning, whether it's practice, finishing a layup, finishing a play, rebounds. Like I just know I can always count on Miranda to be there.
The effort and the motor that she has is what separates her with almost any player that I've coached.
It's that same effort and motor that led to Miranda being listed as the 3rd all-time leading scorer in Moorhead State women's basketball history. For NewsCenter, I'm Isaac Kroom. Next to take the court was the men's team, who tipped off at 7:30 p.m. at Tennessee Tech. The Eagles were steadied by sophomore James Baker, who led the team by scoring 20 points, while also protecting the rim with 4 blocks. Lamontre Harris continued to provide consistency for the team, posting 15 points and 7 rebounds. The team shot 41% en route to a 3-point victory over Tennessee Tech. Both teams return to action tonight against in-state rival Murray State. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
Hey there, ever wish you knew how to control fire? Or had a mini version of yourself? Or you could be anywhere you want with the snap of your fingers? Well then, become a part of Convergent Media.
For more information, go to moreheadstate.edu/convergentmedia.
Yo, why you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
Early yesterday, the I-64 was closed due to a fatal car crash near mile marker 50 in Franklin County. As of now, the 64 is open, but we advise anyone traveling through the area to watch for any possible remaining debris from the accident. The parties involved have not been released at this point.
Wednesday evening, Eagle Explosion was held in Aduc as many campus organizations gathered to educate students with how to get involved.
I'm Haley Murphy. I'm here at Eagle Explosion representing Career Services. What we're doing is just trying to kind of spread the message to students about the services that we offer, the different events we've got coming up, the career fair soon, as well as the etiquette dinner later this semester. Really just wanted to get it out there, what we do and how we can help students both now while they're a student and before they graduate.
Hi there, Samantha Bryant with the Upward Bound programs at the Eagle Explosion. Upward Bound is a college preparatory program for high school students. We serve 17 surrounding counties and 18 high schools. At capacity, we have 344 students. We are here recruiting for summer staff. We hire resident advisors and resident supervisors to work with our students to make our summer academy happen. So if you're interested, look us up.
Hi, we're the Student Alumni Ambassadors, also known as SAA, on our campus, and we just deal with bridging the gap between students and alumni, and so we have a lot of select events that other organizations don't get to go to, such as like the spring gala, also holding president's boxes, and we also get a lot of other events with alumni, with networking and potential like internships and job positions.
NewsCenter's Sahara LaForce joined the Morehead State Choir for their Winter Choral Showcase and fundraiser.
The Morehead State Choir Concert and Chili Cook-Off was held at the First Baptist Church on Main Street this past Tuesday. The choir's own Jasmine Wheeler won the competition with her pizza chili, winning the grand prize of a dinner for two at Cracker Barrel.
Congratulations, Jasmine Wheeler.
Choir President Janessa Broadhurst had this to say.
I think it went great. I spent the past couple days kind of freaking out because I've hosted the lasagna dinner last semester as well, and it's much different because chili is much easier. So I was kind of doing a little too much, but it went well because we included raffles, so like we made more money that way because we just kind of asked around town, like, do you want to help donate to the choir, and we got 3 Headstrong Nutrition shakes, which is like a weird prize. But when you pair it with a blender bottle, which are kind of pricey, like that kind of comes in handy.
After the cook-off, the crowd migrated up to the church auditorium to see MSU's concert choir, chamber singers, university choir, jazz vocal, and black gospel ensemble perform, with a solo performance by Dr. Eric Brown.
According to a CNBC report, Facebook workers responsible for content review are developing post-traumatic stress symptoms, having sex, and using drugs on the job. This information comes to them from a former employee responsible for content review. These workers get paid $15 an hour and shift through a queue of posts ranging from conspiracy theories to death threats to offensive jokes and even snuff films. It should be noted that Facebook denied these allegations, and many point to the fact that most content review is automated by AI, much like YouTube.
Moorhead will hold their biannual career fair on Tuesday, March 5th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The career fair will allow students the chance to meet with potential employees. The fair will be held in the A-Duck Ballroom, and Career Services will also offer free headshots to students at the career fair.
The internet has been buzzing about a so-called challenge aimed at young children with the goal of causing them to harm themselves or engage in dangerous activities such as running away. Many parents have been warning fellow parents on Facebook about the Momo Challenge, an internet phenomenon showing videos that pose as episodes of children's cartoons but actually contain shocking imagery and threats supposedly children are challenged to do. Things that range from waking up at strange times to committing suicide. According to Snopes.com, however, no injuries or deaths have been directly related to the Momo Challenge so far, and many of the reported sightings of the Momo Challenge have been hoaxes. While the Momo Challenge is likely just a case of internet hysteria, authorities have been urging parents to use this as an opportunity to teach their children about safety on the internet. After the break, we'll be back with more news.
Coast Guard Lieutenant Christopher Hassan has been accused by prosecutors of planning a domestic terrorist attack. After the Coast Guard had flagged Hassan for suspicious activity, federal authorities obtained a search warrant for his home where they found a cache of weapons in Hassan's basement. Among the weapons cache was a silencers that did not have serial numbers. At Hassan's indictment hearing, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Maryland said that the indictment does not include any terrorism-related count.
A town in Northern California has been cut off from neighboring communities after major flooding from the Russian River covered the town 14 feet above the floodplain. Sonoma County officials issued a mandatory evacuation for the area around the Russian River on Tuesday after a massive mudslide occurred near Monte Rio. Associated Press reported that at least 2,000 homes and businesses were flooded, and about half the people in the area have been evacuated so far. On Wednesday morning, Sonoma County Sheriff's Office said that all roads leading to the town of Guerneville are flooded and that Guerneville is officially an island.
For the first time since 1989, the Oscars did not have a host for their 91st Academy Award ceremony. The ceremony was intended to be hosted by comedian Kevin Hart. However, Kevin announced he would be stepping down to avoid any controversy over words he had said in the past that may upset members of the LGBTQ community. The comedian then released a statement apologizing for what he had said and claims he is stepping down to allow the night to be celebrated by many amazing and talented artists.
That's all the news we have for you this week. Come back next week for your news update.